speeches of various kinds, presentations of, on the other hand, of all kinds of presentation. We have to show examples. Examples that I find to be unnecessary, probably for me, because I suppose that I was given the privilege to at least listen. If I had not listened, I would not be able to offer that which we offer. I had to listen. And in listening, I am talking about not only an individual mouth, but Mother Nature. Mother Nature talks the loudest. I had to listen. And in listening, we saw all of the above. So the usha research decided to put compounds together that would definitely hit the core of this thing we call disease. We just didn't want to make products that we read in other books and give that to you, making recommendation using peppermint. We know at the usha research that when someone uses peppermint, it is only because they had not done the research themselves. They are relying on the research of others. That is the danger. We're going to give only one example, and then we're going to go into this thing that the usha research has to offer. In the year of 1983, while in Washington, D.C., at 2010 Kendall Street, Northeast, there was a beautiful organization known as the Warehouse with beautiful people, all striving to reach that level of attainment, the level most high in reference to healing and nutrition. We want to be happy, and they were generally happy. And I was involved in them later on. They were there long before I got there. They were the people that invited me to come to the United States to begin lecturing and talking. Mr. Adisa Akil, Adio Kuumba, Hakika, and many others who represented the warehouse, the community warehouse. In that community warehouse, there were things that I learned that they were totally unaware, but they were beautiful. I could not share them because what I saw was different from what they were seeing. And what happened? One day, a gentleman came with a very bad heart problem. So I needed to buy bugleweed to address this problem. I sent Adisa to buy the bugleweed. When Adisa returned, Adisa opened his bag, and I looked at it, and I said, Adisa, where is the bugleweed? He said, there's a bugleweed. I said, no, it's not. So I took a piece of it, I said, this is blue vervain, and I tasted it, you know, to tell the difference. If you learn about herbs via a book, you're in trouble. You're vulnerable. Because you don't know if the research done by those who wrote the book that you read was correct. How would you know? You don't know. So here it was, this lady said that this was bugleweed. Adisa, take me back to the herb store. This is at St. John Herb Store in Maryland, in Silver Spring. I go back to the herb store and I said, pardon me, but I think that there were a little mistake made. That could be rectified. And what is it? I said, I wanted bugleweed, and they sent me this. But this is bugleweed. My boss been selling herb for 25 years, and she knows herbs, and she put this herb in his bag. I said, ma'am, it doesn't matter if your boss sold herbs for 125 years. This is not bugleweed. Please do me a favor. Go inside and see if there's another bag set by it that says blue vervain. She goes inside, she said, yes. I said, what happened? They mislabeled the bag. And because we are unaware of what herbs really taste like, look like, and should be like, because we go to a book, we don't know what an herb blood look like or should look like. We don't. So, lady, please give me the one that says Blue Vervain. I tasted, and it was bitter. And the lady said, one is bitter and one is sweet. I said, yes. The bugleweed is bitter. She gave it to me. She realized that armchair research doesn't help too well. Armchair research helps but very few people. Field research is necessary in reference to healing. It is absolutely necessary that all of the herbalists in America take to the fields, just like I was led to. And they will see how easy it is to cure AIDS, diabetes, lupus, herpes, cancer, impotence, and others. They would see that. But as for the moment, no, it is virtually impossible for them to see that because they are operating on the platform of others without having the privilege or another entity to investigate the one that they have accepted. So at the usha research, first we wanted to know what was disease. What is disease? Because it seemed to be misinterpreted. Everyone is talking about departmentalizing or individualizing disease. When you have diabetes, it's different from having leukemia. When you have sickle cell anemia, most certain is not like leukemia. They're different. When they are not, they've never been different. They're coming from the same source. The mucous membrane of our biological structure has been compromised, meaning that the mucous membrane has been broken. And wherever that break has taken place, would determine the disease that you would manifest. Like, for instance, like we always say, if the mucous membrane has been compromised in the nasal passage, it is what? Sinusitis. In the bronchial tubes, bronchitis. On the lungs, pneumonia. In the pancreas, diabetes. On the brain, schizophrenia, paranoia, or Parkinson's disease, insomnia, depending where the mucus is located. So we took the position, and we maintained that position, that there is only one disease manifesting in 1,000 different ways, the compromising of the mucous membrane. So that led Ma'a and I to think about not only addressing to one part of the body, but to address the total body, because the body is all interconnected and interrelated. We can't treat one side without the other. So we say, just go for it. An intracellular cleansing. Self-explanatory. Cleaning every cell that makes up every organ and system that totals the biological you. Meaning cleaning all of you. Not only your colon, like many have decided to do, to concentrate on the colon. No. We concentrate on the whole human body. Cleansing the human body is only but one part of the whole journey. The other is bringing back the energy that was lost by the presence of disease. That energy is supported by minerals, live minerals, phosphate of iron, phosphate of calcium, and phosphate of everything that we're going to use would have to be phosphate. Why? Because they, and they alone, are electrical. So as we recommend the intracellular cleansing, we know that the person in question, patient or client, has suffered the loss of energy by the presence of such disease. So, apart from part one, which is the cleansing, now we have to revitalize the system because it has